And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Following the fumble recovery, Walker under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dean Lowry able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets them the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the complete.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 38, Rodgers eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy.
Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And complete once again to Watson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going he'll be set up for the 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
Still 1st down.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Quick slant to Watson. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers finding Christian Watson. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And so much of being a good tackler is understanding and taking the right angles to a ball carrier. And that was just tremendous straight line speed there. He eliminated the angles and was able to meet his man behind the line of scrimmage.
Keeps himself upright. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And oh no, they spike it here. That was 4th down. So they spike it on 4th down and they will lose the football. So with their backs practically backed up against the goal line, just why? Why did they do that?
I'm taking it from the other perspective because I have zero answer about why. How about if you're on deep? They're going for it in this situation. That's just blatant disrespect for your team. And you're almost incredulous. You're like, what are they planning on doing here? What kind of crazy play should we expect to see? But there's no way they should pick that up here, and they didn't.
And now incredible field position. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A first down throw for Walker. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Off the play fake, Walker. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. That pick six just a moment ago, things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Walker. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Walker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Walker. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks are starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers steps away to his left. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it is 28-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down, Walker. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this 2nd half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense ready to go, and again, it's P.J. Walker at quarterback. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Walker now to throw on first down. And my goodness, another. Quay Walker, and the Packers are going to take the football.
Who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Damian Wilson in on the stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there at 22. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Dillon will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Walker's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Walker, he'll drop that down to Hubbard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. On 1st and 10, Walker. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go, here we go.
Walker now. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Walker. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hubbard. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here.
Let's go now.
Working out of the gun here, Walker. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Walker's throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Walker to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
2nd down and goal. Walker. Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire.
And the pressure gets to him again. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Let's go.
Fourth down, Walker. And now here's another interception. And the Packers are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and
ready?
when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance. The passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw is Walker. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And some space here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Crosby with the extra point, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers about ready to take over. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there and got you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On second down, it's Jones. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He finds Watson complete, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
CD, it'll go to the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Ready, check.
Now Walker. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
Let's go now.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
That kind of puts the bow on what has been a complete performance, Charles. They're pitching a shutout on the other side in this offense. They've done their thing well, too.
Yeah, this game has been an all-out effort from them on every snap, and there's a good amount of pride on the line right now. They want to finish what they started. They want the shutout preserved.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?
The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers throwing here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers now to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 16. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Just a 4-play drive that time.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, it was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They tried to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty, watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic, I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out, now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, hit boy, we got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry, hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible.
When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong, they got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama's house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my my business real, nosy like a bloodhound. I'ma throw 'em off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party, wanna climb the time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the league, but you ain't hooping around and tear you out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, only thing you do is veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I see it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no time cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, made the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party, wanna climb the time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth, then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you, and they never sing, but they always shoot, and all of their diamonds are new, and that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it, and I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. 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 What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but but I made sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Mama, I'm on the big screen. I took a big swing out of life. I'm doing big things in my life. I deserve 6 rings like I'm Mike. I've got no sleep. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion from flow seats. I'm a whole king. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Ooh, it's trouble in paradise. So let's parachute where the air's nice. And let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna. The 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like Travis Kelce, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just rubbed the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up the scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I'm telling my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play, I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly, I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights, I'm shining so bright. This visor to cover my face. You see me working and working, I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, right around and around. My dog just called safe in a touchdown. When I call a play, do want her a sound. Hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go. I told my boys it ain't no limits. No. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turn down right now. Too dope, make better get around right now. Hey, I'm too turned down right now. Too dope, make better get around right now.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenville's finest.
Yeah. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been taking the dash all wood. 10 payments, the back ain't good. Got sense, but they act no good. Side through the lot of the starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, couple in the truck and they all. They might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner at nice guy, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo baggins, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. It's lifestyle, not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years, the vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and drove like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been taking the dash all wood. 10 payment, the back ain't good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I could probably feed the club for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there agoraphobic. If you see me live, you would know it. Jumping on my do aerobics. Boss like P90X. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like
It's Madden NFL 23, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons, and it comes your way next.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by Marcus Mariota, former second overall pick back in 2015, now in his 8th season in the league. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And oh, right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game, and I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop him from trying again the rest of this game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
The safety position continues to evolve into a bigger role in run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Arnold Ebiketie gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up third down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. On fourth down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away.
Avery Williams deep for Atlanta.
Taken in at the 11. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be Falcon football.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
From the 24, Mariota.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Patterson.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
I like this focus though because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
First down, Mariota. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Mariota.
Dumps this one off to Algier. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mills.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On play action. Mills. He's got his man. It's Pierce. Down inside the 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce.
32 yards.
And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And Damian Pierce capped things off with a touchdown grab.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he's got some space here. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
Play action now. Mariota. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mariota. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Desmond King back deep. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
They'll get this one out to Rex Burkhead.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Off the play fake, Mills. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Looking to throw is Mills. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions. The Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top. You become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 2nd and inches, Mariota, and he's got it. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now Mariota. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there as the 1st half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
sack. They'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Throwing, Mills.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's in personal or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from...
Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake, Mills. This one left side caught by Collins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Room here to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A first carry down for Rex Burkhead. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans have cut it back within a score.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
112 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be it. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. To throw Mariota.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 31, Mills. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
Mills to throw it.
That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. On 2nd and 12. Mills. He's got Akins, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Mills. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And the Falcons are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Throwing is Mariota. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Running the counter, Patterson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run with Patterson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Again, Patterson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now out comes Houston.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mills now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now over in. Yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running left, here's Patterson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. From the gun, Mariota.
And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll sneak it with Mariota, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Mariota scoring on a sneak from a yard out.
And the Falcons will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. So here is Mills and the Texans down by 12. A minute 56 to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. First down, Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Into the hands of Cooks.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Again, it's Mills.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Mariota. Kaderl Hodge has it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards, first down Atlanta.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Off the play fake, Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them. When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Giving big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.